All right, thanks for tuning into Leading Forecast. We got a lot to talk about, so let's get on over to the maps here. You can see we do have a big high pressure system still built into the central portion of the nation, bringing in heat, and then all around this high pressure system, we're starting to see thunderstorms develop. In fact, thunderstorms going on out across the eastern Minnesota, western Michigan or Wisconsin area today, going through Minneapolis. We also have thunderstorms now starting to develop all the way from really New York all the way down into northern Ohio here. And we'll talk about those thunderstorms here in a little bit more detail in just a few minutes. Here's your radar. Here's that rain complex, thunderstorm complex going through the Minneapolis-St. Paul area. And then there's your thunderstorms developing along this boundary here. And that's going to continue to kind of move off to the south here over the next few hours. Right now, the hazards map here across the nation, you can see still the excessive heat warnings watches across central United States. The good news is a lot of that heat has kind of calmed down here across the eastern portion, but it's going to continue to get hotter again. And then there's your severe thunderstorm watches and some warnings going up across those areas, and we'll highlight those in just a second. Slight risk area of the day back across the Dakotas all the way into Wisconsin, even up into the peninsula of Michigan. And then another slight risk across the Northeast today. A tornado risk here is going to be up here across western Minnesota and then eastern North Dakota and maybe even northeastern South Dakota here. Personally, I really think your main risk is going to be out here. I think right here into western Minnesota later the day is going to be the spot for tornadoes or a few tornadoes. Here's your severe thunderstorm watches. Here's this one. This one goes until 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time, and then this one just now issued. So we haven't really got the watch statement on that one just yet. But I imagine it's probably going to go, since it's about 2 o'clock, till I would say at least 8 or 9 tonight. So we'll just have to wait and see how long that one gets issued for. Tomorrow, slight risk out across the Great Lakes area, mainly damaging winds. I think, right now the Storm Prediction Center is saying this area here is going to be the main area that gets impacted tomorrow. And then C-Text comes out for day 3 as we get into Wednesday. And, this area, kind of going to look something like that as we get into day 3. We may, we'll have to wait and see. We may see a slight risk out across here. We'll have to wait and see how that works out. Who knows? Maybe even another one out across Kansas. I've been watching that area too. But if so, damaging winds, gusty hail again, or damaging winds and large hail would be your main threats. I don't think we're going to see a big tornado threat. Here we go. This is the HRR model. This is by the time we get, actually it should be about right now. Here's your thunderstorm complex coming through here. Thunderstorms developing out across Ohio and Pennsylvania as we get into about 5 o'clock. Zoom in. And here's more thunderstorms developing out here across the main severe risk area, and then more thunderstorms developing out across here as well, racing to the south and southeast. And then as we get a little later on in the day, about 7 o'clock Eastern time, look at these thunderstorms going on out across Minnesota. Some pretty good cells developed out there. So again, I really think that's probably going to be your primary area of severe focus today, especially with the tornado activity. Going on over to the NAM, here we go. Low pressure center setting here. Here comes your thunderstorms developing off of that. Back here later on today, more thunderstorms developing off into the East Coast from Ohio all the way to Pennsylvania. Already seeing that with some more thunderstorms down here across the Florida Peninsula. Tomorrow, your low coming across the Great Lakes, and then thunderstorms developing off the backside of that low, with a little bit of a cooler air dragging along here, but not that much cooler. And thunderstorms develop there. A few gusty thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon out across this area. And then as we get into Wednesday, here we go. Little system digging in here. We get thunderstorms developing all the way from the East Coast all the way down into Oklahoma and along that line here. So we'll just have to wait and see how that plays out. Again, I think, your main severe thunderstorm risk is probably going to be this area here tomorrow, or I'm sorry, Wednesday afternoon. We'll have to wait and see. And then as we get into Thursday, we'll watch, I think probably Thursday, we're going to watch this area out here. You know, Kansas. There's a few things that could go right enough in Kansas to get some damaging winds and some hail. Finally got that one right. Thursday afternoon, so we'll just have to wait and see if that gets upgraded. Right now, there's no risk. Going on over down to the tropics here in Vest 91. Here we go. You know, this thing's been weird. You know, we keep thinking it's going to develop, it's going to turn into a tropical storm, or at least a tropical depression, and you know, it's just still meandering down there, and there's no closed off low yet. And but it has tropical storm force winds at 35 miles per hour. So, you know, who knows what this thing's going to do? It's kind of, you know, it's made me very curious of what it's going to do. Let's go on over. This is going to help. You know, what we're watching here is this. Zoom back out a little bit. You know, here we go. Here's the system. But what we're watching is these ridges here, the high pressure ridges coming off of this big high up here, because this is going to help steer this thing. And right now, you know, it's going to be going probably right around this one. So, you know, right now the path takes it up here. You know, the models are taking it here and there and everywhere. You know, taking a look at the models, the model projections for this thing. So I can zoom in a little bit. You know, the model projections, these are taking it anywhere from way off the East Coast all the way up to, you know, Miami. In fact, the CMC model actually brings it down and then back out through here, you know. So who knows? Who knows what this is going to end up doing? You know, I don't. It's crazy. Crazy. So we'll monitor it over the next, you know, week or so and see exactly what track it takes. You know, we'll get a little better feel for this thing as it starts to get a closed off low, I think, hopefully over the next 24 hours, but we've been saying that for 24 hours, so who knows. So that's all I have for now. Have a great week. Until next time, I'm Swift Lead Forecaster Joseph Cooper. You can view this on swiftchaseteam.com or thedailyforecast.net.